Get out of my way, pig. We don't want you. Not right now. I can't use you yet. What's up, people? I'm Xogue, back on FTB's Sky Odyssey, and I wanted to start today off with a little demonstration. Something I figured out because I'm trying to figure out how to speed up this whole situation with the emeralds and everything. So I was doing a little testing, and of course with these little these guys. This is for people playing on servers. It is advised that you use/replace translocators with test locators for improved performance. Now, I didn't need the improved performance, and these guys look really, really cool. Hold on. I forgot that I can teleport over there. If we go over here, I mean, you see them just kind of... So, we don't really need that so much. Here. This is the thing. So, I mean, it's cool looking, but... is it better? Is the question. So what I have here is one EMC link. And if we go boop, if we go boop, you'll see that they start piling in. If we go boop, these guys will as well. You get one stack at a time. And if you take a look, if I actually show the numbers at the same time, blah, 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 blah. Now, it's going to be a little offset, but as you can see, you got stack on the left, stack on the right. Stack on the left, stack on the right. And it kind of goes there. And it's actually just a smidge faster with the test locators. Or with the translocators. Just a smidge. Just a barely anything. But then there's another little feature you have. Called glowstone. Check this out. You see the number, right? 12? Oh, wait. Bam, done. Still on 15. Done? 15. 16. Oh, 17. Okay, you're okay, buddy. You're all right. I don't think you can do that with these guys. Pretty sure glowstone doesn't do anything for translocate, but it does amazing things for this guy. So I think all of our chickens are pointless because I could replace that entire wall of chickens with EMC. Just personal EMC, because right now we have, what, 2 sides, and I can just, change them out or whatever, but there's one side with the chickens that we can't actually attach to, which would be the back. We could put one on the bottom. We have, we could change these guys out for test locators. We might even be able to put one on the front. I'm not sure, but what I do know is that we could probably get more from the test locators like I just showed you, using that in a personal EMC link than we can from every single one of these chickens. I don't believe these guys are necessary anymore. And it comes down to the point that with these guys, I should, at the very least, be able to get to a point where I can generate more, even though we have that many emeralds coming out. And it should actually give us a creative barrel pretty quickly. And I don't mean it's going to happen inside a couple of minutes or anything, but it's going to happen within a few days. I'm thinking, maybe. I mean, that's best guess. So how about I tear down that entire everything, bring that barrel up here, because we do have 26 million. It's a decent head start. Replace it at, put it right here, because you can break the barrels without losing the items, which is fantastic. And we're going to see just how quickly we can grow this thing. And best thing, I can remove all of these, which is the last vestige of island, the last vestige of the previous setup that we had. After that point, everything is now in our new setup, and we can start to expand it rather than having temporary placements for things, except for our mob farm, which kind of has to be down there on its own. But you get the idea. Let me do a little bit of cleanup. Okay, so in the new emeralds here, I didn't tear down the wall. I actually wanted to get this started first for obvious reasons. But what we need to do is go ahead. That's maxed. That's maxed. Okay. Right side maxed times 2. Maxed. Maxed. And that was both sides that I got there, right? Okay, just making sure. Just making sure. Okay, so that is top, right, bottom, left. And then we just need to do the back side. And everything is now maxed. So I should be able to go boom, 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 and boom. Yeah, that's a lot faster. That is a lot faster. Because before, the last 3 numbers were the only ones changing rapidly. This one, you have the 4th number changing rapidly, which is actually a significant amount. That's about 10 times faster. And the 5th number is also changing fairly quick. It's not rapid, but it's fairly quick. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is... If we left this game running for a little while, I'm pretty sure we could get up there. Maybe 2.1 billion items is a lot of items. But it should do pretty well. It should at least be able to get us there. I wasn't even sure we were going to get there by the end of the series with the current rate of things. We had to find a way to supercharge it. And I'm glad we did, because that's definitely going to help. But anyway, like I mentioned, there's some cleanup I wanted to do. So this guy's been AFK overnight, and we have 438 million. It's probably closer to a day and a half, I think. But even still, it's not going to take very long, and we're actually going to be at the 2.1 billion item mark, which is what is required to turn one of these Yabba barrels into a creative barrel, which is really all I need. I don't need a creative barrel of emeralds. I just want one. But anyway, so if we go down here, I don't remember if I actually showed you that I had everything sorted, but I got most everything sorted out of these guys, just with extra filters and stuff. And then I had it all being pulled. After it was sorted, I went ahead and just started pulling everything back in. So it comes into here from the loot crates, gets opened, and all the items are sorted in here. And this guy, which I'm going to show you in a second. And then all of the items that are sorted into these chests, I've already got in my table. So I don't need them anymore. So they are automatically pulled into the personal EMC link. Now, I know a lot of people are going to look at this and be like, that is completely pointless. Why not just, send it in there? If I just had one cable here, I could send everything into the EMC link, and anything that can't be EMC'd is going to stay in the chest. I know. But there are a lot of things, I just want to make sure I have it all. So these things I know I have. Anything I don't have in my tablet and that also has an EMC value is going to stay in here. And anything really that I'm not filtering out, such as tier 2 copper seeds that don't have an EMC value. So it's just one of those things. I like to be certain. I like to be absolutely certain of things, and I know I've explained this before, but I feel like I'm gonna get criticized for it, so I gotta make sure you guys know. It's just me, guys. I just have to know. So anyway, so this is what we've been getting from the couple hours of AFK that have been over here. We got a few chickens too, which is actually surprising, because I think these are from the organics chest, which only come out from passive mobs, which I know we have a few bats down there. Or, well, maybe more than a few. Lots and lots of bats, perhaps. But they fly, so I felt like they didn't die very quickly. Maybe they do. I don't know. But it is what it is. And I think chickens, maybe chicken jockeys. But I didn't think there would be enough to get me that many chickens. I say that many like it's a huge amount, but it really kind of is for some of that. And the seeds and stuff, too. I think those actually come from that as well. I don't know. Maybe you get it from something else I just don't know about. Iron fences. I see 2 iron fences. Blacker Lotus and Black Lotus and Blacker Lotus. These guys are ridiculously awesome. I love all of them. And just a couple of these and your mana pool won't run out for a very, very long time. And we have 16. So I have probably the equivalent of 3 or 4 full mana pools to play with. Like, these are really, really good. These do a little bit, but these do quite a bit. At least last I checked, they do. It might have been tweaked, but that was last check. Also, these guys are really cool, too. They're all pale. They pale in comparison to the amount of, RF generation we have now, but even still, they're really, really neat for anything that just needs a little bit, just a little kick, and you don't want to, I don't know, tap into your main storage. Something you want to make sure will stay up no matter what. Like, you know, digital storage, like applied energistics or refined storage or something like that. That'd be more than enough to keep it up for a simple setup. But anyway, you get the idea. So we're still running over here. Anything that I haven't gotten yet is going to stay in the chest, and then we'll come and deal with it, and so on and so forth. And that'll just be an ongoing project until I'm sure that I have everything, because I really want to be sure. Anyway, I know I say that so many times. Well, at least I have in the past couple episodes. Anyway, I told you that today was going to be about completing the quests. Completing all of these guys, as many of them as we can do in a day. Now, there's a couple things that I'm going to need to do in order to do it, because I'm going to go left or right. And when I did this, before I started recording, I was like, okay, Ender Dragon, I bet I'm going to have to go to the end for that. We haven't been to the end yet. So let's go ahead and get there, kill the dragon, get the dragon egg, make the data model, and then that way maybe we'll be prepped. Because I can go ahead and store a little thing here, which I could even go to the nether and go to that fortress and just set a port over there as well. So I can go ahead and just be able to teleport wherever I want, anytime I want. It's going to be amazing, because it's just going to be awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and set up a couple of teleports. One in the nether at the fortress, probably one on the other side of the portal in case we want to go there. And a couple in the end, probably one on the main island and one all the way out near Chaos Island, just so we have a way to get around really, really fast. It's making it. It looks so cool. I didn't think it would do that. It looks really neat though. Can we remove these now? If I remove these, what'll happen? I don't really want to find out. I want to put my teleport in there first, because I feel like that would be the smart person thing to do. And then I can see what happens, because even if it does destroy the portal, at least I can just teleport over there. Which is probably the only way we're actually going to ever get over there anymore anyway, because I'm probably going to remove this portal and this one, but, you know. So, that's a thing. Here goes nothing. Let's go kill the dragon. And yes, I did actually get a bow, and I can always just kind of get more arrows if I need them, considering I only have 11. But this should actually go pretty quick. This guy should not be difficult. The Chaos Dragon, on the other hand, he will be very, very, very hard. This guy, not so much. Wow, arrows fly pretty fast. Words. Pretty far with this thing, huh? I didn't even realize you could go through this thing like this. That's actually pretty neat. Is this hurting me right now? Let's see what happens. Oh, okay. I was just curious. So I seem to have come across a problem. I'm here trying to get these looting upgrade thingamajigs, right? These guys. I got all the Ender Dragon data models, because like I said, I went to the end. I got all my things. I even have a waypoint thingamajig to a Chaos Island. I am ready to go as soon as I could survive it, which is not right now. He would die. I would die very, very fast. But I moved on to the next ones, and these guys here are fine except for this one. This guy right here requires a tier 4 blank, well, blood tank tier 4, which requires 2 tier 3s, which requires 2 tier 2s, which requires 2 tier 1s, which requires this. Okay, so if you're not keeping track, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, right? 10 per, or 10 total, plus the 5. So there's 15, which is 35, which is 75. So we need 75 blank runes, which is a lot. So much. And that was my Google Assistant that I have at home. Anyway, so that's kind of the deal. And we're having a little bit of a problem. I didn't realize we were going to have to get into blood magic. So that's going to be a thing we're going to end up doing pretty soon, I believe. Just because I had to make the Stygian iron anvil in order to make these guys. The Woot dudes. The Woot tier 3 upgrade cores. I made all those, so they're not too difficult to make. It's a weird little thing. Okay, you make the Stygian anvil. Stygian? Put it on top of a magma block. This guy does get placed in, but only certain materials can be right-clicked on it. The rest of them just sit right on top, and then you whack it when they're floating like that with an anvil, and then it makes the item. It's kind of weird. They don't actually go in the anvil. There's no GUI. They just sit on top. But anyway. Oh, so you're done with all of those. That's awesome. Thanks. Appreciate it, because those are useful. Here's all the things. So that's the deal. I gotta start getting into blood magic, which is, another part of the quests in here somewhere. We're gonna start doing some of the blood magic-y stuff. The blood tank tier 10, that's kind of far. And the ethereal slate, in memory of Mr. Slater. I don't know who Mr. Slater is, but in memory of you, buddy. Anyway, so you get the idea. We got to do some blood magic stuff. We got to do some Botania stuff. I was planning on doing this a few tabs later, get some of the other stuff, but we might as well get started. At least, to tier 1 or tier 2, and then I have to grind a whole lot. This is going to take a while. So for the blood altar, you need demonic will, and if you don't know how to do that, you make these rudimentary snares here, which of course, we have EMC for, but they're not that expensive anyway. So I just made a batch, put them in there, so we now have these guys in here, take as many of them as I need. But I'm curious, okay? This is supposed to be with hostile mobs. I wonder if we can do this in, say, hold on, let's do this. Maybe we might be able to do it with shulkers. I guess we'll just go to the end, the outer islands. Because I'm curious if it'll work on Enderman. I actually don't know. And by the way, I told you that I love this thing. It is so, so powerful. So awesome. So, can I throw a snare at an Enderman and kill it to get demonic will? Yeah, look at him. That's actually pretty cool. He's actually, he's got the sparkles and stuff. So I kill him, I get a piece of demonic will. That's pretty neat. I don't remember how many I need. I think I only need 2. I do think I need 2 of them. But after that, I don't believe they're necessary. Maybe I can get away with 1. We can always come back real quick. So, you kind of saw that. Let's just see if this is something we can do with just 1. If we do it right, I think we might be able to get away with it. The reason I say we can get away with 1 is because the Hellfire Forge, you need 1 just to fuel the creation of the thing that holds the Tartaric gems, or the will of the mobs that you slay. But it doesn't actually use, well, I guess it uses 1, but it doesn't get rid of the gem. You keep it. However, the blood altar does, I believe, use the will. It disappears after that. So as long as we do this one first, I think we can get away with... Bink. Okay. I think if we do that... I think we gotta do this twice, though. If I make a second one of these, because you actually need 2 gems, and you kind of alter between them as you level them up. You use both to upgrade each other, basically. But I think it only requires the 1. I think we can get away with that. If I make 1 more of these and then make the blood altar, I think we're okay. Alright, so there is a roundabout way of getting a blood altar started. I say roundabout, I guess it's the traditional way. It's the way you're supposed to do it. And I actually came all the way down at the bottom. I was going to make a second mob spawner and use it, but then I realized, 1, we have skeletons, which would make putting things in the altar very, very complicated, but another mob would make it even more complicated. That would be the creeper. It's not going to be a very good idea to do a hostile mob situation for our altar. I would rather avoid pricking myself, which we're going to have to do for the first tier, but I think we might be able to... I don't know if you can do it with tier 2 or not. I don't know when you can start doing that, but I know it is before the Well of Suffering. So I want to be able to do that. It should be sacrifice. There should be a knife or dagger of sacrifice. Is this what it is? I think so. Tier 2. So yeah, once we get to tier 2, we can get one of these and actually use other mobs, such as sheep or pigs or whatever. Now, the problem is getting that many of them over here. I was taking a look a little bit to see how we might do such a thing. And we have the Draconic Evolution stabilized mob spawners. These guys are actually pretty cool if I remember correctly. If I do remember correctly, we can actually upgrade them and make them spawn faster. Now, I don't mind about the whole you have to be in the area thing, if that is the case, which I think you can upgrade them so that's not a necessity. We may actually get them for other purposes, but I want to see if we can get one for sheep or pigs or something so we can just stand here and we'll just constantly have a very steady supply of mobs to use for sacrificing so we don't have to prick ourselves and we won't have to worry about anything getting this guy upgraded until we get to the Well of Suffering, which is when everything becomes easy. But we need to find a spawner. Lucky for me, we do actually have a nether fortress. I don't know how often you get a broken spawner, but we do have blaze spawners. Please? Oh, did I get it? I got it. Perfect. Okay. Hi, guys. How's it going? Okay. Are we better now? We're better. So spawner shards are pretty cool. You use them to get spawner changers. Now, we're not going to worry about changing any spawners for obvious reasons. I'm not going to try to pick them up or anything. I want to create a new one with passive mobs. But that's how you get the shards if you are interested in just using a spawner changer. Which I believe you right-click to catch a mob, and then you right-click again on a spawner, and you change it to that type or something along those lines. But it's pretty cool. I think I've done it once or twice. But we're going to go ahead back to the center island, and we're going to see if we can figure out this stabilized mob spawner thing. It's just a broken spawner. I don't need to set the spawn type, do I? I need to figure out how to do this in a way that's actually not terrible. I also might want to go ahead and try to get this one here, which means I need to go to the end and actually get some Awakened Draconium, which is possible because we do have a couple of the hearts. But I don't know. I'm going to do a little bit of research. We'll see what we come up with. Okay, so I've done a little bit of research and found out that in order to change one of these spawners to a different type of mob, you have to kill that enough of that mob with a draconic tool or weapon, enough to get a mob soul, and then you right click it with the mob soul. But there is another thing that I read. I don't know if it's still true, but we're gonna try it. Now what we can do is we can take the spawner changer here. I don't want sheep. I think should we do cows or should we do pigs? You know what? Pigs are smaller, which actually could help. So now we have the pig entity, right? So now if we go to, I need the third one. Third nether fortress, because I went out and found a bunch and I made a spawner changer by breaking the other blaze spawners, naturally. It's kind of how that situation would work, right? But as soon as it wants to load us in, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I see you guys. I see you doing it. Somewhere around here there is a spawner. I saw it. Here we go. So if we go down with the spawner changer and right click on it, it's supposed to change it. Alright, now we don't want to like harvest this thing or anything like that. What we want to do, there it is, right there. That's what's supposed to happen. Now, harvesting this thing in general will clear out the mob that's saved, but by creating it the way that I just did with the wyvern cord on top of an already existing spawner will actually return the item and it will actually save the entity within. So we changed it using the spawner changer and then did that so that we didn't have to make a draconic weapon and kill a lot of pigs in order to get the thing. So I don't know. I thought that was kind of clever. I thought we just combined a bunch of mods together. Well, I guess 2 mods together to give ourselves the situation we actually needed. So if we go back to the center island now, I don't need the whatchamacallit down at the bottom, wherever it is. There's that. I don't need the altar down at the bottom. Here you are. We can actually move this back up since we have this spawner. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and relocate this guy. I'm also going to go ahead and make the awakened core. Because you can then right click on this guy afterwards to change the core that's inside this guy. Because the wyvern core will spawn 6 mobs every 5 to 20 seconds. Up to 6 mobs every 5 to 20 seconds. The awakened will do up to 8 mobs every 2.5 to 10 seconds, which we need the more mobs. So it's going to be a thing that we definitely need to do, I believe. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done, and hopefully it's enough to let us do what we need to do, basically. So I know there was a different way to do this, and that's what I thought you were going to have to do. And the basic idea is that you drop this guy on the ground, you light a piece of TNT and it'll start to float, and then you charge these guys, which I don't even know if there's a way to charge them anymore. And then you place them underneath the floating heart and drop a bunch of cores on the ground for the floating heart to absorb, and it will turn those charged draconium blocks into awakened draconium blocks. But apparently that's not the way you do it anymore. There's a new way, which I didn't even know. So I guess we're gonna have to do it that way. We're gonna put one here, and this guy there, and then on the other side. That's not what I wanted you to do. Don't play with me. This is not the time to play with me, okay? We're trying to get things done. And then I'll put the 4 in here, and it's supposed to take 350 million RF. So it is going to be charging, but it's going to take a lot. And I don't know, and I'm not sure if we have enough in here. It seems like we're generating more than it's charging with. So we should be okay, I guess. That, or these guys just have stored that much up in them and they're now decreasing. It looks like we might be okay, because this can cause problems if you don't generate enough RF. We should be alright, I guess. It doesn't seem like they're going down very much. Here's our setup over here, by the way. This is what we're doing. Nothing's spawned yet, and I'm thinking that maybe it hasn't, because the wyvern core doesn't require a player in the area, but all other spawn conditions need to be met. And I think because it came from a hostile mob spawner, it's still going to need the lower light level, even though we have pigs inside of it. So I think maybe that's going to be a requirement. However, the awakened core that we're trying to make now, or that we're going to be making as soon as this stuff actually works, it negates all of that. There are no requirements other than placing it. So we should be good after that, and we should actually start getting some pigs in here, hopefully. And that way you'll be able to do what we got to do as soon as we get to Tier 2. Tier 1, we're still going to have to do regular stuff, but Tier 2, we should be okay, I think. I don't know, but I'm going to wait for this to finish. I'm going to make the new core. I'm going to replace the one that's already in the spawner. We're going to see if we get the spawns, and if we do, I'm going to start making our blood altar here, and I'm going to start upgrading it. Alright, so here we go. We're now converting a diamond over into our blood orb, which should happen any second now. Stop jumping on the thing! Get out of my way, pig! We don't want you. Not right now. I can't use you yet. Not yet. You're sucking it up, right? You should be really, really close. I mean, you're going pretty slow, but still, it's been there for a minute. Come on. It only takes 1,000. It's only supposed to take 1,000. Wow. So much longer than I thought it was going to take. So what's up, pigs? How's the weather? I know, it's sunny, like, all the time. There it is. Okay, and then right click to bind to myself. As you can see, it worked just fine. And now we can go make some blank slates, but I don't only want blank slates. I want runes of I say slates, I meant the blank runes. I want runes of sacrifice. If I can make these guys, which require tier 2, so we have to do the regular ones first. then I can actually start using our pigs here to transfer stuff and not just us. And I don't have to worry about pricking myself. But as I mentioned, we do need to do the regular ones first. Hey, I shift clicked. I totally shift clicked. Okay, boom, 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 and balance. Bam. Okay, 8 it is. Now we have all of those, and I can put these in, and then I can do some other stuff, like hurt myself more, unfortunately. So that way I can get, I guess I would need 8 imbued or reinforced slates, which require 2,000 apiece, and blank slates. So it's going to take a lot more grinding here, unfortunately, to get this. But we'll be, well, actually, I think I might be able to make the sacrifice, what is it called? The sacrificial dagger? Dagger of sacrifice, this guy. So I need tier 2, which I'm about to have, and 3,000, and an iron sword, and I can do that, actually. So no problem here. I think I should be just fine. 1, 2, and move, and 1, 2, get out of the way. Fall down the hole, pig, is fine. All of you go down the hole. I don't mind. Not even a little bit. Just get out of my way. There we go. Okay. I need to kill them so we actually, all by. I know. I don't mind. I have a spawner up there. We're gonna get more. It's fine. It's fine. You can leave. Two more, okay? Okay, and, oh, pig dead. I didn't mean to kill you. Okay. Oh, that's the wrong one. This one. I said this one. You're in my way. You're in my way. There we go. Okay, we got it. We're good. So now if I put in a sword, an iron sword, and hopefully we have enough. I don't know how much do we have in there? Only 1,400. That's right. I can help myself a bit more. I can eat some more chocolate cake to regen more health. We need, it was a 3,000, right? So now we're good? Yes, good. And then we'll put this guy in. We'll just let it sit there for a little while until it turns into the dagger of sacrifice. And then we're going to try to kill a pig or two just to see how much blood we get. And then after that, we should be able to get our runes of sacrifice to increase how much blood we're going to get from the pigs. In which case, hopefully we won't have to stab ourselves with a sacrificial dagger anymore. We can just use this guy, which should be converted here any second. Now-ish. There it goes. Boom. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I mean, it's not the fastest thing in the world, but it is working. I mean, it's definitely a lot easier because we're almost all the way up there now. And, of course, the pigs are now repopulating because of this. So with the runes of sacrifice, we're going to be able to do this pretty, I'd say easily, hesitantly, because I don't know if there's going to be enough pigs that will spawn fast enough for us to keep up with everything. But we should be okay. And there's a lot of pigs down here that need to die now. But I'm going to go ahead and upgrade our blood altar to see how far we can get it. Maybe we can actually get to the point where we can actually make the well of suffering. And we don't have to worry about anything. And we can do some blood magic stuff whenever we want. So now we're on the tier 3. I need that guy to not spawn up here. We're going to need all the help we can get in order to make sure we get all the everything that we need. Hold on, let me just get a few of these and tap this off one more. I don't know if I didn't think I needed it that high, but apparently I do. Anyway, so we're on tier 3. I'm about to make the tier 3 orb, and it requires 25,000, which is 2.5 completely full blood altars. So this is usually one of the hardest steps, but I'm hoping that with our little situation here, we can actually, with the pig spawner that is, we can actually keep up, hopefully. All of these guys, as you can see, they're just kind of ringed around. They can jump up top here, as you saw one pig already do. I don't know why they're just sticking around the outside, but it's kind of cool. But anyway, we're going to do this, and it does actually soak up the blood pretty quickly. And I'm not sure exactly how much we get from a pig, But we need to keep it topped off as much as we can. I think we're going to be okay, because as you can see, it does actually spawn them fairly quick. What are you doing out there, dude? There we go. Get out of the way. You're taking up some of the spawn cap. There we go. How we doing, fellas? No, I think we're going to be A-okay. I think we're going to be just fine. It's still going to take a little while, but I have no doubts that we can survive this. And not only that, but we're not even going to be in trouble. We're going to be just fine with this and be able to get everything that we need. No question. We're going to be fine. What's up, guys? Well, about 2 seconds after I stopped that last clip, it finished. I didn't think it would go that quick. But now we have a tier 3 orb. We have a tier 2 orb, and I have a tier 1 orb over here in a chest, which is about to hold my tier 2 orb as well. Wait, it was in here somewhere. Oh yeah, there it is. Alright, so anyway, you get the idea. Now we are on tier 3, and we need to keep making the blank runes. I need even more of them in order to get what we need to get. In the next tier, I'm not sure. I do have this guy. If we go to tier 4, and then we shift right click on this guy, boop. There it is. So now we get, this is what tier 4 looks like right here. Now we're gonna have to raise it for tier 5, but that's okay. You goodbye, and you goodbye. I didn't realize they spawned in the corners too. But we can do it. It's not going to be that big of a deal, really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 4, 28 blocks. We need 28. I already have 12. It wasn't actually all that difficult. Check this out. Look, this is what I did in order to get a bunch of those slates. Okay? I just took a stack, and obviously you see this little setup here. It takes from this chest, puts into the altar. It waits until it becomes a blank slate, and then it puts it in the chest. Now the thing is, you can actually do entire stacks at a time. If you do this, it's adding a bunch to this situation right here. Now it takes a very, very long time for a whole stack to be smelted into, I don't know, whatever it is you want to call it. The blank slates, smelted. I don't know if you want to call it smelted or not. But there is a little thing we have that can speed this up, which is really, really neat. It's called the time in a bottle. And I actually had one of these a while ago that had hours in it, but as you can see, it has an EMC, and we have a habit of just like dragging across everything to put stuff back in here, so I lost it all because I accidentally put it back into the table, which is really unfortunate. But we have a new one now, and we've got about 20 minutes on it. So what we can do is hold this, hold shift, and go boop, 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 boop. Supercharge! Holy crappo. Okay, kill quickly, kill quickly. This thing is taking more blood than I thought it would. I didn't realize. Keep going. I don't even know if this is working. I don't know if I'm doing it fast enough. Go. Kill the piggies. Kill all the piggies. We got 30 seconds of killing everything. Okay. Oh, you're burning so terribly fast. Are you back? Okay, you're back. Woo! I don't know how far that progressed, but we need to not go that fast again. But you see the point. We can speed time up. And that was several clicks. If we don't want to go that fast, I'm going to let a few of these guys build up in here. We can only do 2 clicks. That was 5, I think. And as you can see, we went down to 4 minutes. So we just did 15 minutes of time inside 30 seconds, which is what the time in a bottle does. It's really, really cool. So that's the thing. It doubles the speed every time you click. So now that it's full, let's see. I want a few more pigs. And we're going to do maybe like 3 clicks. We'll do 3 clicks. And it's still going to go through pretty quick, as you can see. But it's not going to go too fast. We'll be able to keep up with it. I'm hoping we made at least some progress when we actually clicked the 5 times. I didn't realize it would drain the blood that fast. That was crazy. But you get the idea. Not going to be a problem. Well, we've made it to tier 4. And this is what it looks like. Well, almost tier 4. We're not quite there yet. We need these guys. And normally I wouldn't worry about it because, like I said, the purpose of this episode is to get some of these done. We've only done one row, which is really unfortunate. But I think the other ones will actually go pretty quick. Maybe we'll be able to finish the whole tab. I feel like these other guys, except for maybe these, won't require anything too significant. I could be wrong, but that's my idea. But these guys right here, I wouldn't worry about getting them and finishing off tier 4 because they're not necessary for what we want, except for one little fact that they are indeed necessary for what we want. If we go here and go to this one, the tank. Yeah, the tank upgrade is what we need. So if we go to these guys, we actually need the large bloodstone tiles, which requires a weak blood shard, which requires the next tier. Well, it requires the same thing that is required to get these guys, because these are the same things that we need. So we need these blocks to go on the end caps, but we also need some of that same block to be used in the recipe for the thing we need to craft. So we might as well just go to tier 4, because why not? So anyway, what we're doing is actually getting this guy here, and I've been working up our Tartar gems here. I now have a common with 521 stuff in it, but you start with a lesser, which goes to the petty. So you just kind of have the recipes, and all you do is carry one in your inventory and kill things with a sentient sword, and you gain the will. So it's a pretty simple concept. You just kind of keep killing things, and then you come back and craft the next gem, and then you go back out and kill more things, and then you come back and craft the next gem, and so on and so forth. And pretty soon you have enough to let this bar fill up and give you one of the thing you really, really need. The binding reagent. Regent, or reagent? I don't actually know. I keep asking this question. Like every time I run into it in a series. I'm like, I don't actually know how to pronounce that properly. But oh well. We should have the ashes somewhere. They're not in here, are they? No. Which means they're probably in the chest. Somewhere in here. Here they are. Arcane ashes. This is what I need. So if we go down and go like this, and then we go here and go boom, it becomes a lot bigger. And then we go over here with our diamond sword, boom, and then we do the spinny stuff. And the spinny stuff, ooh, lightning and everything. This looks really cool. This is one of the coolest things in the mod, I think. And pretty soon they're gonna stand up and start spinning. And then they're going to join. There it goes. Alright, so now we have the bound blade. Now we need to go back out again. So we can go down. I've just been going to the nether fortress. And as soon as it loads. Here it is. These guys are like on me. Like crazy. So, yeah. I'm just going to kill these guys real quick. I should get at least a few of the things that I need. Wow, I didn't get one yet? For real? Are you guys going to give me one or no? Is this not something you're going to let me have? Really, dude? You think flying is going to help you? It's really not. There it is. Got one. Okay. See, the thing is, you used to be able to use these to make more of them. You used to be able to use a weak blood shard to get more weak blood shards. But now we can't actually do this. And we're going to need one for tier 4 anyway. So I feel like maybe we should go ahead and just get a couple of them at least. I'm not sure how many we would need. Just a few. Just like 3 or 4 maybe. This is what I call a done deal. I think. Yes, there we go. There's that one. Finally. So this one upgrade required me to go all the way pretty far into blood magic. But the rest of them should be fairly easy. We're just talking efficiency 3. This requires luck of the sea, which is kind of weird, but I guess it makes some kind of sense. And then looting 3. So those are... We just need the books, the enchanted books, which we already have somewhere around this general vicinity. The thing, which is... somewhere. Where'd I put the enchantment table set up? Oh, there it is. Wow, right in front of my face. Okay. This guy. So I can just choose the enchantments that I want and just get the right materials and so on and so forth. I even have the books already. I got 4 because I was thinking I made these before I looked up exactly what they needed, and I didn't realize that this one was going to require a blood tank. I should have, considering it says Blood Magic Life Essence Tank 3 upgrade, but I don't know. I got a 4th book anyway, so it is what it is, but whatever. It does have an EMC though, so I guess I could pull it out and just put it away. Yay! Anyway, you get the idea. I'm going to go ahead and continue crafting the upgrades, probably go into these guys as well, which, as I'm sure you can guess, is just going to require me to go into JEI, look up the recipe, and shift-click a few times. So we should be okay. But if we come into anything more complicated, I guess I'll let you know. Alright, so I have made it fairly far. Not super far, but, you know, just a few rows, and then I came to this particular row. This is a mod that you guys know I really don't like. If you've been around a while, you know it. It is, in my opinion, one of the worst mods in existence. I cannot stretch how much I dislike this mod. I think most of what they do is very, very dumb. Including, like, if I were to break this with my regular weapon, the machine would break. You wouldn't get any of the components back except maybe the casing or the center block piece. It doesn't work with any other forms of power. Only its own. It's really dumb. It's like it's still trying to cling on to the past. Like, my power source is better than all of yours. So you can only use mine. And we're going to make things so overly complicated and difficult because we can. And you guys are going to use it because we told you to. And it's just, I can't, this mod is just so unbelievably ridiculous. Are you kidding me? That ate through the entire fuel already? How much fuel can you go through? Holy crap, you have got to be kidding me. The reason I say that is because I didn't use a piece of coal. I used one of these guys, which is 4 times as much coal. That's 4 pieces of coal. And I got, what, 6 buckets out of it? That's all? Wow. Guys, you don't understand how badly I really wish people would stop including this stupid mod in their mod packs. Oh, thank goodness. I can move on from this mod. It's done. It's done. I quit. You're all... leave me alone now. Pretty soon we're going to have to get into some better storage for the items that do not have an EMC value. They are starting to accumulate, as you can see here. I have started putting them in this particular chest, though, as you can see. Just the ones that don't have an EMC are the only ones I'm really concerned about in that regard, for obvious reasons. But, I'm stuck. Okay, there we go. The rest of these can actually go in there, and I don't mind them at all. I think that's about it, though. But there's quite a bit of them. There's quite a bit. We're going to have to get some actual storage for those. I don't know if I'm going to do refined storage or something else. But it'll probably remain very, very simple just because we have this method of crafting with the EMC. And we don't usually need these items too much. Though maybe, I don't know, maybe we can rig it up so we can do both. Because now that we have so much EMC, we can actually acquire a lot of the EMC links, basically, the personal links, so we can set a lot of outputs and stuff if we need to. I don't know. There might be a way we can hook things up so it actually works and we can auto-craft anything, but probably not. We've done it! We have completed all of them, and I said maybe these guys might be hard, but they're actually really easy. They're all Draconic Evolution, and all I had to do was click and shift click. That's it. I had all of the components for them. Everything was good. It's pretty cool. Also, I unlocked a few others along the way, obviously. There's bound to be situations like that. But we have now completed our 3rd full tab. We're going to be working on this guy I might do the chickens off camera. I showed you guys those already. So we're going to get into the crops soon. And we're going to probably just finish off these guys, assuming they're all fairly easy to make. But that will not be in this episode. This episode is already really, really long. I didn't think it would be, but it turned out to be pretty long. As always. But and our island is getting a little bit cluttered, a little bit dirty. We're going to have to start looking into expansion soon to see about some other little islands or things that we can do to put some of the magic areas. I know the magic areas are going to need their own islands or their own locations. Something more organized. Probably a tech area. And I don't know, some other stuff as well. I don't know exactly what those other things or other stuff is going to be, but something. Also, we are almost up to 1 billion items, and we probably will be by the time the next episode is being recorded. So that's a thing. But that is about all the time I have for this episode. If you did like it, please do hit the like button and subscribe to see more. Thank you so much for watching. Do what you do, and I will see you next time. Peace out, peeps.